Hey guys, welcome back. I received a comment that said, I'm not sure what you are working towards to and what is specific, what are the goals. So let's talk about it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make a 600 a day within 7 years. Before we get into it, I live stream the content that I'm working on. And make sure if you want to see it happening to subscribe. All right, so first I want to talk about the channel. This channel is specifically for making 600 today within 7 years. And how am I going to achieve that? That could be to full stack websites, selling subscriptions. That could be to marketing and lead funnels for specific templates that I'm going to sell. This could be to web scrapers. This could be to service that I'm selling, or it could be by websites that I'm selling, or specific expertise to consulting, those kinds of stuff. But it's all tech related. All I want to say, maybe we can get it all into a online agency, but specifically web development agency. That is what I'm heading towards for. However, in a couple of years, that might change a bit, depending on how things are going. So what I'm good at is also very important that I'm leaning on my strengths. Again, the goal is making 600 a day within 7 years. It's not making 600 a day within 7 years to only web design agency. It's too narrow. We don't know what happens into the future. We're working towards that right now. So let's talk about 2024. We started in July, which we're almost ending in December. And basically what we are focusing on is learn the necessary technologies, get experience, apply for a job. Because I already have the study, now I have the projects, and then I need the experience. So that is the focus of this year, all the way maybe to Q1 of the 2025. So getting a content editor job, getting a no-code developer job, or web producer, some kind email marketing, some kind of something in between that. That is what we're focusing on. All right. So let's talk about 2025. Now, before I get into that, I'm also sharing weekly brainstorms so you can see the adaptability of my goals. Twice a month, I show you the goals that is for the previous month, and we're also going to review the current month, what has happened, or the previous month, what has happened, how I achieved my goals. And so there's a lot of adaptability going on. So you can see that step by step. There are videos in my channel that you can follow for that. Let's talk about 2025. 2025 has three major goals. The first goal is that I need, before the quarter two starts, I need to have a job in that industry that I'm going for. So that industry is, for me, content editor, but it obviously that works for certain industries, and that really depends on what is offered. The second thing, what we're going to focus on is moving. I live in a terrible home that breaks, I don't know, a leakage, mice, you name it, I have it. There was not even an internet cable in my home when I got here. So that's how terrible it is. So that's the second focus. But it can only happen if I'm working on the first one. The third focus is actually making the system for how I'm going to manage my web design agency, because time management is really vital. If I'm going to do service all day, then it's dependent only on me. For example, if there's an emergency that I might not get the client's needs, therefore I will fail a project and I get a bad review. So we need to make sure to have clear communication, clear deadlines, clear swifting requirements, and also what we need to focus on is the system, the time management of the business. That's the most important part. I want to also sell templates, maybe for certain CMS systems. You could think about no-code platforms like Squarespace, Shopify, Webflow, Framer. Obviously, we're going to do that through marketing, right? So there's going to be a system. But before we get into that system, I need to be financial wise. So financial wise, uh, basically, I need to know where the money is going. What is the cash flow? What are the taxes? What are the basics? Right? I need to know the basics so I don't get in trouble later. So obviously, I'm gonna have an accountant for that and like a tax lawyer and those kinds of stuff. But basically, I also need to know the basics. So those are the three areas we're going to focus on 2025. Obviously, 2026 is too far ahead right now to plan certain things, but I'm probably gonna do that in March 2025, maybe later. Uh, but yeah, that is something that you should know. Now let's talk about. I also have specific goals. Specific goals, you might probably heard me talking about it. Like I'm learning cognitive biases. I'm learning the body language. I'm gonna learn marketing, sales, branding. I'm gonna learn maybe design skills. It really depends on the needs what I have. But the personal goals is that are personal goals that I have. Also, a personal goal that I have is learning Japanese and Korean. So I also show that. I show you the progress day by day by day. And it could be maybe not be engaging to some of the users, but I show you the work. I show you that it could be done. Some people achieve this within 2 weeks. Some people achieve this in 7 years. I don't know. I just set a deadline. Like I'm gonna try for 7 years, giving it all my God, and see where we end up. Right? So hopefully that is clear. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make a 600 day in 7 years, and I'll see you to the next. See you on the next one.